Hi, welcome to Debz Cooper, Global Stressologist. Thanks for joining me. Today we're going to talk about, welcome. Today we're going to talk about how to manage your emotions. So thank you for joining me, whether it's live or whether you're doing a replay. Thanks very much. Just let me know if you are a replay or a live. If you've got any questions, send them through and send me a reaction. I keep saying emoji, a reaction. That would be fantastic. Thank you. So, how to manage your emotions. This will be an interesting one because even when I was starting to put this together, I could feel the angst that was coming within me to start building up around emotions and actually what it means from me to you to other people. So of course I first of all I went straight to the dictionary, just make sure my phone's off, straight to the dictionary and looked at what it said for that. And the dictionary meaning says a strong feeling deriving from one's circumstances, mood, or relationship with others. So a strong feeling deriving from one's circumstances, mood, or relationship with others. So first is watch the signs. There's signs that come on. Oh, thanks for joining. There's signs that come up. So the signs that I've noticed for people when you start feeling these emotions, one, you have a rumbly tummy. And when I say a rumbly tummy, not like you've had a curry or something that's really not. The reason I say curries because curries don't do well with my tummy. So something that gives you a rumbly tummy, it's not that, it's all about your emotions. So you can have it, well, you can clearly have a rumbly tummy from something you've eaten. But the signs are a rumbly tummy. When you start getting a headache and things start feeling very heavy in your mind, or you are avoiding people or avoiding things to do, the key is the signs is the first step. And if you can pick up on the first step, because as we know, or you may not know, that if you do not learn your lesson this time, it's going to appear bigger and more for the next one. So if you don't deal with it and take action on that, it's going to grow and grow. So that includes like weeds in your garden, weeds, for some who don't understand my accent. Weeds in the garden, if you don't deal with them right then, they grow. So it's just like that, weeds in your mind, in your body, in your core. If you don't deal with them, they get bigger and bigger and bigger. So it's best to deal with them. So when you get that sign, stop and reflect. So there's two things, is speak up and walk away. And when I say speak up and walk away, if something's happening to you and people are around, I'm talking about speak up. So others don't think that you're being ignorant. I generally would love to talk to you right now, but I'm not feeling the best. So just give me some time to deal with it. And if you respect them enough to say that to them, they will respect you enough to give you some time, I would suspect. And when I say walk away, because if you're going to say something in the heat of emotion, it's going to come off way worse than what you thought. So when you walk away, breathe in deeply, right through your nose, right through your core, and out your mouth. Your surroundings make a difference. So if you're trapped in a little area and your emotions are bumbling and rumbling and stirring up inside you, speak up to those around you and just say, I just need some time. Can you give me some time? And walk away. So you're not disrespecting them for who they are, but change your environment where you're in. So when you're dealing with emotions, there's a lot going on in here. There's a lot going on, replaying and replaying and replaying over and over and over again. So the best thing is get it out of your head. Now there's two things here. There's three things. So when I think about getting it out of your head, get all the poop stuff out. And when I say the poop stuff, all the shite stuff, all the yuck stuff, what's going on, get it all out. Get it all out, write it all down. You're better to write it down so it clears a little bit of space in your mind than actually have it stirring over and over again. And it doesn't really matter if you write offensive words down or you say horrible stuff or anything. This is just for you to write down and get it out of here onto paper, or just move my paper, that can allow you to think clearer. So get it out. Also, ensure that you keep a gratitude journal is what people are saying. I just say gratitude book, gratitude notes. You're welcome to put it onto your phone. I prefer to write because there's a different brain pattern when you use your head to your hand and you write, but it's entirely up to you what you do. And you set the same time each day and night that you write down what you're grateful for. So this morning I'm grateful I got out, and even though it was cold, I had a nice jumper that could keep me warm and a jacket, and I had gloves. I had 2 dogs that could poop instead of holding it in and doing it round home where I'd have to pick it up. So these are the little things. So now that may be small, but these are the things that I was grateful for. Just a couple of things that I was grateful for this morning. There's clearly a lot more. So set a time, whether it's 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 2 o'clock, whatever it is, set it in your diary for your timer and write down what you're grateful for so far in that day. It also helps you sleep at night. So if you're going to write one down, do one for nighttime as well. Because if you can think of the things you're grateful for before you go to sleep, you have a much restful sleep than you would if you got all this stuff milling around in your head. Head. I can hear my accent. When I talk about writing it down, if you've got a lot of things to do on your to-do list, write it down on your action list. So 4 o'clock this morning, I jumped up and went to the bathroom, and I came back and I started thinking about my day-to-day things that were essential to get done, things that weren't essential things. So I got out my phone, and yes, it was a little bit brighter than I would have thought at that time of the morning. And I started writing the things that were required of me today. Once I did that, I turned the phone back over and put it back on the floor and went back to sleep. So for me, it was just going, oh my gosh, if I hadn't have done that, I would have stayed possibly awake going, oh, I hope I remember that. I hope I remember that. So these are the things, get it out of your head. Write down those action lists that need to be done, no matter what time, day or night, because it will free you up. I can assure you of that. The other thing is talk to someone. So when I say talk to someone, if you are not managing your emotions, or you're starting to boil like a kettle and it's just starting to bubble or get warm and you can just see the little bubbles away, talk to somebody. And when I say talk to someone, personally I'm here, but talk to a professional, and a professional will actually give you solid advice. Well, I'd like to think a professional will give you solid advice, because if you start moaning and talking to your friends or family or anything like this, it's going to cause possible conflict, that they're going to have an opinion and they're going to say, don't do that, don't do that, yes, do that, do more of that. And that's going to weigh you down and be a little bit heavier, whereas most professionals are actually there to resolve that stuff in your head, not give you decisions on swipe left or swipe right. They're there to go, what's the best option for you? And they help you bring out what's the best option for you, and that's where you come from. So please talk to someone, because once it's actually out of your mind and you unpack it, it's not as daunting as what you thought. This is all about how to manage your emotions. Ensure you use the correct wording. And when I say correct wording, my dear cousin, who I love so much, says things like, calm your farm. Calm your farm, Deborah. So that's a great way, a great wording. My dad used to say, build a bridge and get over it. But they're actually not the best words to say for yourself, because they're actually, calm your farm. If someone said to you, if you're having a rant and rave and someone goes, calm your farm, Jane, what do you think is going to happen? Oh my gosh, calm your farm, Karen. Build a bridge and get over it, Karen. Calm your farm, Annabelle. Like, oh my golly gosh, what's going to happen? You are possibly likely to go more of a blow than you would. So just use the correct wording about to yourself and to others around you. I'll just sit here, if someone's having an emotional rant around you, I'll just sit here and hold some space for you until you're ready to talk to me. Or without saying talk to me calmly, because that's not going to go down too well either. But also be nice to yourself with your wording. So ensure that you're okay with what you're saying to yourself. So let me know what you actually prefer, what wording you actually say to yourself or others. And of course it can change in any situation where you are publicly to what you possibly say at home. But ensure that it's healthy and uplifting conversations as well. The other step is be okay with what's happening to you. Because if you're not okay with what's happening to you, it's going to escalate and it's going to build, just like a snowball coming down the mountain. A snowball gathers all the shite, the bricks, the sticks, bricks, I don't know about bricks, all the sticks, the trees, the leaves, a skier, and it keeps coming down and down and down and down and down until it's collected all that shite up, and bang, smack, you're splattered. So be okay with what's happening to you, and just know everything is temporary. So when I say temporary, storms pass, things change, your surroundings change. So be okay with what's happening right now to you, and it's temporary. So there's some key things to be aware of when you are emotional. Be aware of your sleep patterns. If you're exhausted and tired, take a nap during the day. If you need to go sleep for 2 hours, do it. Listen to your body. Your body is a temple and will be able to tell you what's really important to it. So if you go to bed in the afternoon because you're exhausted and you want to sleep for 10 minutes, sleep for 10 minutes. But if you want to sleep for 2 hours, sleep for 2 hours. Do what's best for you. Ensure you're eating and drinking healthy foods, nourishing foods that actually uplift you and give you more energy in your day. Find what works for you. What works for you may not be working for other people, so find what works for you. The people around you, have a look at those. What are they actually doing? Are they uplifting you? Are they taking you down? Just know that people's moods are going through their own moods, especially now more than ever. So be aware of those people around you. Your mind stimulation. Are you reading something that's healthy? Are you on social media being dragged down with what's being dragged down, or are you being lifted up? Or are you watching all my Facebook lives being lifted up? Feel free. Are you watching on social media the stuff? Are you videos, TVs, movies, news, any of that stuff that's taking you down? There's a lot of negativity out there, but there's some also beautiful things that are happening in social media. So be okay with it. Just watch what you want and then stop. It's okay. You are the master of your world. What are you wearing? That was the one that, and perfume. Like last night I put some perfume on because I was having a real moment, and I just felt instantly right with putting that perfume on. Now I'm not saying put perfume on for you. I'm saying, what are you wearing? Are you wearing a bright color or a dull color, or are you wearing your whatever? You know, for me, I've been living in these little gumboots while I've been around. Aren't they cute? But between my gumboots on the farm, you know, I'm also wearing my Ugg boots that I bought the first of, but I'm also ensuring that I'm actually wearing something nice that uplifts me and gives me that vibrancy that I love so much. If things turn to custard, just stop. Just stop and take a breather. And when I say take a breather, Moira Hutchinson, the lovely lady I do my podcasting with, she taught me is just put your hand on your heart. Clearly it's not my heart. Put your hand on your heart and just breathe. Just take a moment to breathe, and it settles you down. It truly does. That was one of the greatest things she actually told me to do, is when chaos hits, just stop and take a moment. 2 seconds, 3 seconds can actually settle you down. And remember to breathe, not just put your hand on your heart like this. Actually take a moment and put that on there and take a breath. Please don't avoid what's going on. Do not avoid the chaos, the emotions, everything. The worst thing you can do is put yourself under a blanket and hide away from it. So ensure that you're not avoiding anything. And lastly, yeah, that's true. Totally agree. Sometimes people need to release their shite and don't necessarily need others' input. Thank you, Rachel. But lastly, time passes by. So remember, you've moved through things before and you've survived. So it's time for that to happen again. So know that the space you're in right now is okay. Things move for you to do stuff, and believe in yourself where you are. So when you settle down emotionally, and things settle down within you, your clarity appears, and that's what it's about. It's having that clarity about moving forward. So take a moment, take a breath, take some time out from everything that's going on around you, and just breathe and allow that clarity to appear. So any questions, let me know. Thank you very much. This Debz Cooper signing off. If you have any questions or you'd like to address anything in particular or like me to talk about anything in particular, I will see you next Friday. Feel free to message me. To manage your emotion, if you'd like more information, I'm just a message away. So thank you, everybody. Thank you. I will see you next. Oh, gosh, how do I do this? I will see you next week.